Hello. 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 No. No one. All right, you got me. This thing's okay. Okay. I got the internet to work again. All right. Wow. What a freaking nightmare this system has become. It really has. Anyway, I spent 20 minutes trying to turn the damn thing on today. Just an absolute nightmare. Anyway, let's get to it. Um, I don't. I will spend some time on Tesla. I'd be really careful of it today. We'll get into level. We'll get into the ES. I really think what I'm going to start with everybody is right here, and I'm going to just pull up this website, and anybody can use this site. And I just want to show it to you very quickly, and I think it's super helpful, like really helpful. So let me just show you this. And where are we? This is the one I want. Perfect. Uh, PPI is about to come out in about 2 minutes here. But what we want to focus on is going to be core PPI and make sure you're in line. But these initial jobless claims, like if you get over 250, you're going to have, if you get over 1910, you're going to have an issue. So especially the claims, we'll point this out. If you get over that 1910 level, you're going to have a real issue. So we want to watch those. That's actually probably more important than PPI right now. We're going to want to watch how that stuff plays out, and then kind of go from there. I really stress the importance of that right now, and it's really real choppy, really bad quality. Okay, hold on 1 second here, and let's see if we can make it better. Um, is that any better? Did the mic get better, or did it get worse? Really bad. Let's try this again. How about now? Is it any better? Is it better now? Okay. All right. So you can hear me now. Okay, cool. All right, great. Thank you for saying something. All right. So in 45 seconds, these numbers are going to come out. We'll pull them up when they do, but I'm not going to sit here and stare at this for 45 seconds. Like we're going to do some kind of countdown. Let's stop that present and let's go to this and go back to the charts and we'll watch it actually move. It's super weird lately, but I'm having more issues with uploading and them searching for getting the thing loaded in. Like I noticed that with the videos, like it's taking forever to load the videos in. So, but we'll see how this goes. And I'm just waiting for these numbers to come out. And then as soon as they do, I'll just show you them and then we can kind of go from there. But other than that, I don't really see that there's a tremendous amount to do until they come out. And here they are. Perfect. PPI 2.6. PPI month was 1, actual 0.3, 3.1. They're not bad. They're actually not that bad. I'll clip them and show you. They're really not that bad at all. Let me just grab them and I'll pop them in. Pop them like it's hot. You crazy kids know that, right? I don't know that you're seeing any real movement yet. I'm just watching. And then we'll just go there. Yeah. And you know, it's so crazy. It's like they used to make these things so easy to use, the computers. And then I guess they just realized that they had to press more buttons for some reason. Like it's absolutely nuts how hard they made this crap. And I know I sound like I'm old, but they definitely were better when I was younger. Like they just worked. Like you never had to do this or that or this thing or that thing. It's just like, it's like they won and now they just don't care how good the product is. If you look at the numbers, they're fairly in line. The month over month's a little weaker. Core's down here and core on the month is down as well. They are what they are. I think what we should really focus on is going to be the other data that they're not really showing for some reason yet. which is super interesting because they should be showing the. I really have to go somewhere else to get that data. That's weird. But let's do it. I'll go to the other site to get the data. They should really have it on this site. I'm surprised they don't. Oh, we're hosed. Oh, we're hosed. Yeah, we got a problem. We definitely have a problem. There it is. I don't know why the other site didn't show this. Your continuing claims are at 3-year highs. That's going to be a problem. So I'll show you where the issue is going to come, and I don't know what the market's doing about it, but it's probably going to come in on it. I'm surprised you're even moving higher, frankly, on this. It's kind of surprising. But there's your issue. See that number? Continuing claims. I'm really surprised they're going higher. Continuing jobless claims, 951956. And they're trying to lift it, and maybe they do. Maybe they blow it off. So they seem to be wanting to blow it off, and maybe they are. Maybe they're going to blow it off. We'll see. Super interesting that if they blow it off, but I don't think they're going to blow it off. I think they're going to do the exact opposite. I think they're going to bid you up and then, crack people. But I could be wrong on that. You never know. You just don't know where they're at and how much they're going to care about it. But that continuing claims, that's a 3-year high. It's a problem. Is it a blessing or a problem? It's a problem. Anyone know where that's from? All right. So let's just grab this super quick. Instead of grabbing it, let's flip again because I'm really good at that, switching screens. I'm like a guru. I should teach a class on it. And you see that? All right, cool. See this right here? So this is United States continuing jobless claims. That's what just came out right here. That's where you were. Now, if you go to a 3-year high, that's what just happened. So I'm really surprised that you're trading up on this. Like shocked, I tell you. I don't know why you would be doing that. Well, I like no one likes yelling at Itchy more than I do. But I think he's got an insanely hard job. Like, how are you supposed to cut rates and lower rates when you don't even know what the tariffs are? Like, I'm all for like busting on him because I do think he's the worst Fed chairman I've ever had in 26 years of trading. But I don't know, man. It's a tough job. Like, how are you supposed to cut rates when you don't know, what the tariff policy is? I mean, those 3 guys were arguing in the room in front of China about the tariff policy. They don't know what the tariff policy is. I personally think Lutnick is the one where the issue came in. But if we look at like the ES or just in this trading range, you really didn't do much on this. And I think if we sold off, I think people are going to kind of wonder why. And I think you're going to sell off on the claims. I think the claims are an issue. So, to me, they're definitely an issue that I think you have to pay attention to. But you don't really seem to be getting out of your own way here yet. And maybe they're going to try and keep it up until, they don't. But taking a look at that and going from there, it's not really rocket science, guys. People are like, do you put VWAP on futures? I put VWAP on my coffee. All right, see these levels right here. So just watch. And then, of course, like the big dogs are going to be this kind of stuff like non-farm payrolls. You'd want to watch that because if you break, you're obviously going to retest that non-farm payrolls level. So they would be your big levels. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get back into this one. Let's go back into here and then do it from here. So, but you might lift on it. Who knows? I don't really care if you do or not. You're going to have to really build to get me kind of giddy about it. And you're holding that area in there. Let's reset this whole thing. They would be your really big areas that I think you would probably want to watch now. And you can see if you try and get above these, and these would be like more minor levels. That's how I say it. Thanks, John. Let's go to the NQ and take a look at that. Every time the VWAP, you have like peak VWAP for coffee. Every time it hits that level, you just keep sipping it. All right. What are they doing with Oracle here? Let's take a look. Did they just rip it on that? They're like, okay, we're back. We know what these numbers are. We don't care. Yay, internets. Kind of. How about some of the secondary players? Yeah, they're rallying the secondary players. I wonder how long that's going to go on for. Been 7 minutes. Let's go take a look. 318 held. And yeah, I don't know. Let's take a look at the video again. What are you doing? Probably a short, sadly. So take a look at NQ and see what they're doing there. Yep. So I don't trust that as far as I can throw it, honestly. But it is holding. We'll have to see. So far it gets. You came right down to that 3 o'clock, 4, was that 4? Well, I don't know who they're trying to convince. There you go. I always like waiting until that date is out because then it just kind of tells you exactly where you really are. I think that's way more important. You're right there again. Boop. I mean, it doesn't look great, does it? See what it does. But they're your big levels. And if you break that, of course, I think you go back to that Friday non-farm payrolls area. Right there. That's Wednesday's level. So you'd want to see how you act if you got up there. If you can get back to it. You never, ever, ever got over it. Not even close. So they keep trying to lift you. But you have no momentum at all. Zero. Crazy how that works, right? Yeah, I'll look at CME Fed Watch. Oh, that's crazy how that works. And then you're just going to run out of gas, I think. Not yet. Let's take a look at Oracle. Not yet. Still pushing. And so it begins. I like watching Tesla more just because it's such high beta. Like as soon as that fades, you can tell. Like then you know you're getting tired. And you see in the video is already rejecting that high or that low. It's trading lows in the highs. Let's get back to it here. Take a look at how this plays out on the Qs. Yeah, it could be another area of interest. You know, it's crazy because I think he's gonna try and like mark the tape and say something today, but I also think you're gonna have a problem tomorrow with Iran. I don't know if people are gonna want to hold into the weekend. Yeah, I'm actually long Netflix and reevaluating my life choices right now on that trade. It's not breaking down though. Give me 1 second. Let me just go through these and just look at this stuff, and so that I know that I got everything set up. Again, I'm really surprised you're lifting on this, unless we're just going to blow off jobs and continuing claims, which maybe we are. You know, it wouldn't be the first time that we've blown off data that I think is important, but it does feed the narrative. Now I understand why the XLY names aren't moving. And I know why. I mean, like, I do know why he's not going to cut rates now. Like, I do get that. Like, you need a tariff policy. And if you don't know what your tariff policy is, you can't cut rates. Like, you know, it's not really rocket science. I don't think, you know, as much as I want to torment the guy, there's way more things to torment him on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you know, I don't know. I think you have to retest this. I think they're going to bid you up and knock you down today. That's what I think they're setting up for, but you never know. Let's go take a look at this. And that means that's going to push now. So market went higher and Oracle didn't push. Market went higher and NVIDIA didn't push. All right. Market goes higher. Micron doesn't push. Oracle doesn't take out highs when the market pushed. It's interesting. So what's driving you? Let's get to it. That's my stop. I'll just tell you point blank. That's my stop on my Netflix trade. I don't know if I don't know yet. You know, I'll tell you why. Because I'll hold some of these things for a long period of time because I hate buying them back when I have good prices. Because I know there's a shot that I don't get it again. So I'm in like not much cheaper, but like 120 points cheaper on it, right? So hold on, I'm going to go heat my coffee. I'll be right back. I'll go and grab it in a minute. I hate buying things back. Like, I hate it. So when it happens, I really just want to mark that. Like, I hope it doesn't break. But you have 3 black crows here. 1, 2, 3. It's not great. I've seen great before. This isn't what it looks like. You have some other things here. You know, it's not really what you want to see from a trade, like, at all. The other thing that I like to do is this stuff. I do like VWAP here, just to see like peak VWAP. It's like, oh, what happened when you got there? How did you act? We acted like ass, for lack of a better term. Excuse me, but you know, that's pretty much the technical term. So when you see that stuff, you kind of go, oh, what do I want to do here? I kind of want to put the brakes on and let it sort itself out. And I'll tell you why I let them sort themselves out, because sometimes I'll catch this. So like for me, I'm going to go grab my coffee real quick, but here, I'll show you this, because this definitely is showing signs that I should be getting out. So the new monitors came, and I should be up and running in like a week. start the bonding again. So we should be good there. I know everybody misses the bonding, but it should be in a week. But I also had refigured my schedule, so I might just anyway. My garbage. AVGO. You see these levels? See how you're acting? Earnings usually marks the high. And I'm wondering if it's going to do it again. So I raised the stop up, but sometimes they'll reverse and they'll just kind of grind. And if it's going to grind, I don't want to be out of it because I own it at like 180. But it puts me, like when I do this, it does put me like in a spot where, yeah, I'm willing to give stuff back. So for this Tesla trade, I bought it in here, like 240. And, you know, I went all the way up. And then when it cracked this day, I think it was like 320 or something, I blew the whole thing out. I'm like, that's it, I'm done. Where people are like, oh, you could have got out up here. I give them a little more leeway. It's actually probably higher now than it is than when I got out of it. But for me, that's just the way that it works for me. I'd rather give them, like if I'm in and I've got a really good price, I'd like to give them a lot of leeway. Like even NVIDIA, I bought for a trade. We did this in the community and I bought it like down in here and we were scaling in. And we're up like 35, 40 points on it, whatever. But you know that you're up here, you know that you're running in the same areas. Like if I was to look at this, like that's where you got DeepSeek. We've hit this level 4 times now, right? We can't break it. So like realistically, anybody else would probably go, well, it's time to get out. It's like time to get out of the trade. I look at it like, okay, well, maybe I'm just going to pull back to this. Like maybe I'll just pull back to the 12 or the 22 as that creeps up. And what I'll do is I'll look at the 22 and I'll go, all right, because I'll just watch. You can see the number right here. Hard to see with blue, isn't it? It is hard to see. I don't want to make it yellow because I don't mean like, why is it yellow? Let's just make it that color so you can see the numbers right here. Watch the numbers. So what I'll do is I'll go look at the numbers. See, like it's 133.87, 135. 130. Okay, so every day I'm moving $1.26, like $1.25, we'll say. So I know that by like tomorrow I'll be at 137.25. Then the next day I'll be at 138.5, right? And then the next day I'll be 139.75. And so that allows me to use that as a trailing stop on the trade and just saying, okay, maybe we'll stay above that. If it closes below that, I find that helpful to stay in them. But your point, to go back to how we started this tirade, is what do you do here? Yeah, I see it breaking the 12, but I broke the 12 before and then I bounced. So I tend to give them room until they tell me I'm wrong. Some of this stuff, it's starting to get toppy, and that's becoming an issue. I do want to keep popping in on this Oracle because they did crush, but I don't think I have to worry about it too much. Not yet, anyway. I want to short more of that. What are you doing here? I think you're going to have a real problem today with some of these names. I'm really surprised you're shaking that whole thing off. I really am surprised. That was a really bad number. I have these 2 curved monitors, and now I'm getting some ones that are like wider because I don't like how narrow these are. But I can split these monitors up. They're so big. And then I have 2 other 32-inch monitors that I watch the community, and then I have tons of news feeds. So it sets things up pretty easily for me. And then I have multiple accounts that I trade. So like, it just makes my life easier to look at them separately, but to have them up on different screens. So I had to reconfigure that. And then I have this other mic that's like super nice that gets rid of some of this echo that you're hearing. I've been trying to get that together. The guy's hooking that up, and then some cameras, probably more than one camera, but the one camera is like super cool, but it is what it is. I don't know. I'm here for a little bit. you know, I'm in Miami right now, so I'm probably here at least for another, in this location, at least for another year. I'm really liking it. I just miss, you know, Miami's really cool, but it's not a big city. It's not like New York. It's not like Philly. It's not walkable, not in the same way. I have so many, Ryan, if there's a news feed, I own it. I'm going to do a whole video on everything, Howard. I'm going to do a whole video on everything that I have, because the monitors that I bought, you don't need to spend like a fortune on these curved monitors from Odyssey that are thousands of dollars. The ones that I just bought are like a third of the price. And they're, in my opinion, from the guy that's setting all that stuff up, they're better. I'm going to do a whole video on it eventually. I do have multiple computers. I have backups for everything. Like, I see, returning the questions, but like I have backups for everything. Every computer I own, I have two of, so that if a computer goes down, it's just plug and play. I don't play games. So like, I don't play with that. If I have one laptop, I have two. Like, I'm like, two is one is none. So I had an issue once in my life. I'll never have it again, ever. I have this other backup in here that I bought that won't charge the entire place. Any suggestions for news feeds? I think Benzinga does a good job, but they're late. It depends on what you want the news feed for. Like, Benzinga does a really good job with earnings, but they're late. So if you're trying to trade earnings, you can't really do it on Benzinga. The only place that you can really, really do it, in my opinion, is going to be off of a Bloomberg. It's the only place you can really trade news, because you're behind if you don't have a Bloomberg. You just are. Okay, this is exhausting. You just are behind if you don't have a Bloomberg. There's no other way to say it. And people even watch them on, like, people will like watch the pirated ones on YouTube, and they're 10 seconds behind. You're still behind, because Bloomberg, even though people don't know this, Bloomberg has a latency, and they can change their latency. So, and they do. So even those, you're behind. So, you know, that's why you'll see something move, and then you'll see it on someone's Bloomberg on like YouTube. If you just need economic data, you can get a lot of it for free off of investing.com or off of, what's the other one? Investing.com or Trading Economics. They're the two that I show because they're really good. This thing's going to rock today. Absolutely rock. So, off of Trading Economics, or, and that would be the other one, but it depends what you're trying to do. It really does. It depends what you're trying to do. What are the Qs doing? Nope, falling down. What's Tesla doing? So they're still trying to trade the beta. And what are the semis doing? Yeah, you gotta have an issue today, man. You're gonna have an issue. I really thought that would have been a good day for NVIDIA. I really do. Did. But it's not working out that way. It's just not working out that way. I'm surprised that Boeing is doing that. So if we look at stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't know that you're going to recover. What time is it? Guys, I got to jump early. I got a lot on here, and I got to go pay attention. Trade to win. And I would not be going nuts here. And I would, you know, if you want to trade Boeing, go after it. But I got a bunch on here, so I'm going to have to go pay attention. All right. Trade to win. Watch tonight's video, but Saturday's video is absolutely packed already. I already know what's going in it. Have a great day, everyone.